Guys, welcome back to the show. My name is MC Ivy. Hashtag crossover 101 is where you can get us on all our social media platforms. And it's a great day this morning. Yanimo, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. How is the hype? Unaifeel aje?
Na feel ngoma ziko sawa. Kuna ngoma moja umecheza by the way, take back I think 4 years back.
Yes.
Daddy Owen.
Yeah. I know Vanity tumecheza makoma. Kila mtu alikuwa na dance makoma.
That's those, let me just say generally your set imekuwa moto sana.
Imekuwa noma sana. And then nikaleta vitu mpya kidogo from all the way from Uganda. Unajua hapa tuko na kina Odi. So from Uganda introduce a new dance called Chiki Bombe. Na mzito wake Levixon pale au sio? And then on the other side tumeweza represent Mr. Googs na ngoma yake Big Up.
That's a really nice jam actually. It's a really nice jam.
Big Up. Big Up.
And of course we need to go straight to our topic of the day.
Yes.
And it's something very simple this morning. Appreciating people.
Wow.
Kuna story moja nilikuwa nasoma more about Will Smith.
Yes.
This guy tunamjua worldwide is a very successful actor, entrepreneur, businessman, everything all round. But no one knows where his journey began because tunaonanga kila kitu at face value. Wow. But this guy had one person in his life mwenye alimpush, akampush. And he took some time out this year to celebrate that person, appreciate Vinoma. But now bring back home. We've also been through stuff in our lives. We've also met people throughout our lives who've helped us in one way or another. And today, we want to appreciate all of them. And this show goes out to them.
It's going to be a different show because
it's going to be
on my side, I'm telling you, we have this guy. I don't want to preempt everything for now, but we have this guy who held my hand. Mwenye alinionyesha play button, you know, everyone, chana hizi biashara zingine mnanijua nazo, you know I'm a DJ, si ni kweli? So the guy who showed me how to kufinya pause button, kila mtu radio yake iko na pause na play. That's why natumia hizo. Nikienda time zingine itakuwa ni ngumu sana. So this guy is in the studio and many people wamesema, Alina. So if you didn't know, now you know he's in studio. Au sio? But before 20 days of tuzote.
But even before we get to that,
yes, kuna kitu dango verse of the day.
Ndo hiyo sasa. Sijui kama unatupeleka?
Unatupeleka tusomee hiyo haraka then I'll be back with question of the day.
All right. Philippians 4:6-7 is our verse of the day. Alafu inasema, you do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, all human understanding, will guard your hearts, your minds in Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's very deep. That's Philippians, eh? Wa Filipino. Filipe na wasi wametoka Kayole. Oya na wataongea kwenye kitabu cha Filipe. Anyway, most definitely after every verse of the day tunakuanga na something we call question of the day where we get to ask your question and then you get to answer us on crossover 101. That is hashtag. Who is that person that you are appreciating today and what did they do for you? Who is that one person that you are appreciating today and what did they do for you? Yes, ni noma sana. So remember, you can always answer on our social platform, crossover 101 hashtag yetu, and of course you can always watch us from wherever in the world, you know, from Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn na iko ilitoleangwa and all that. So on www.ntv.co.ke/live. Au sio?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And even as we do that, guys, we need to speak to an amazing group of people, or rather a panel of two.
That's it.
Guys, wenye tumekuja ku appreciate today, wenye mo ushataja moja umesema ndo alikufundisha play na pause, akafunza ku scratch kidogo. And there's another one who's also an author, a lawyer, and generally a minister of the word of God. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today.
Whoa.
What's up? I think you will introduce Viraf Sana, and I feel like it's just proper if you guys introduce yourself to the viewers back at home.
First of all, I thank you all for allowing me to be here. My name is Damon Shuneta. I'm born again. I love God. I'm an artist, an author, a lawyer. And generally, I just love God and I love to witness.
Let me tell you, times have changed. Unaona nywele yake? Na ni wakili.
Nakwambia, don't joke, my friend. Masomo ni roho na akili.
And of course, to my far left.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Welcome.
So my name is Neville, aka DJ Nev.
DJ Nev.
Retired DJ, you can say. So I run an entertainment company that offers audiovisual solutions to events, production, TV. And I'm an entrepreneur. I do a couple of things on the side.
Me, I am very concerned and very worried for one reason, because when I look at you and Mo, seeing that you're the one who's taught him DJing, sijui kama ni mimi peke yangu, sijui kama, just look at Mo and then look at Nev, alafu mutuambie, what do you think? Nani You've aged gracefully, let me
Oh,
say
really?
that. But it's good to
Thank
have
you.
you
I know,
guys.
also mimi nakaa mzee kushinda. Haina noma. Thank
take
you guys
that
for
as a
watching
compliment.
Summer 101. Let's meet next Sunday, same time.
But guys, welcome in studio.
Thank you so
And I
much.
think it's just a very simple, appreciating people. And maybe to start off with you, you'd be able to tell us the journey. Juwewe umesema by virtue umekuja hapa juu ya Mo.
Yeah, yeah.
How was that journey for you? And what is that one thing that you appreciate being part of his life as well?
Amazing. I mean, specifically, Mo is an amazing person.
Yeah.
Apart from a DJ,
Yeah.
like person in person, like Mo is an amazing guy. So one of the things I think I can say, as much as, yes, you're plugging into somebody's life and you're pouring yourself, also you get to learn, you know, and that's a very unique concept that once you're building somebody, it's not like you're just depositing.
Yeah.
It's a constant journey. You're
Yeah.
learning from each other. But I met Mo, like, I don't know if it's the story. I met Mo in a very interesting way. I used to DJ. Then he approached me. And he approached me several times and was like, hey.
Oh, ulikuwa unamlenga?
No. It was, Mo nilikuwa nakulenga.
Wase wengi wanamapproach. Akona wase wengi. So what makes you think lazima atanisikiza mimi? Na akona pia na job yake. He's a very good guy. Hakunilenga. Sikiza story.
So we used to play, like, we used to jam in this. There was like a monthly event. I think it was called Jesus Night. And he was really, really passionate about DJing, and you could see it. Like,
Yeah.
he would come, he would burn his last coin and come for the event. And I gave him my number, and constantly kept on calling, and we met, and I had a DJ academy at that time, and the rest, honestly, is history. As we go on, you just guide me on what you want to know, and I'm more than happy.
Thank you so much for that. So basically today Mo is appreciating Neville.
Oh, really?
That's what's happening. Basically he's your appreciation guy today.
Yeah.
And of course, Damon, talk to us.
First of all, let me appreciate my wife.
Yay.
I recently got married.
Hey.
Like, I'm 15 days married, and it's very exciting.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So talking about appreciation, I think one of the people that I failed to appreciate that I regret now is my late dad. And the reason being, he was like, those fathers who get high on spirit when they're high on spirit. So my dad used to be those people who were very spiritual when they were drunk. And so for us, we got to see that side of him, and it's very easy for you to dismiss him as he's not a qualified father, he's not all this.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, coming to the point where he lost his life and everything, I looked back and I thought, this is the person who taught us faith, even when we didn't know he was teaching us faith, because we were looking at him as a drunk person. So appreciating people, I believe that it is you being able to see the God in that person and appreciating God through people, because God will never come down and do something to people. He uses men to do it.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's some great stuff. If you're watching us from wherever you are this morning, just go ahead and tell us, who is that one person you're appreciating in your life, and what did they do for you? Because this is a day, as you've said, we don't want to talk about this 10 years later when someone has passed on and we failed to appreciate them. So let us do that today. #crossover101, Twitter, alafu tuko kila mahali, Facebook, Instagram. Go ahead and holla at us. Mo.
Yeah. And today is my day. I'm telling you guys. So many guys didn't know nani alinifunza ku DJ. Now DJ Nevs is there. We can. Who are you appreciating today, manzi? I'm telling you. Ilikuwa ni story. Unajua watu wanasemanga, wewe ulitoka zikaanguka from where, nini. Anyway, sorry for another day. Who is that one person that you're appreciating today, and what did they do for you? Who is that one person that you're appreciating today, and what did they do for you? Remember, pale kuna namba itakuwa inakuja pale chini ya screen, unaona hapo chini. You can always call in, utuambie that one person that you're appreciating, and of course what did they do for you. Ndio hiyo namba hapo tumekuambia. We promise you na namba iko hapo. So remember, you can always send in your comments on social media. Hashtag is very simple, crossover101, and of course you can give us a call, alafu tutakuwa tukikusikiza.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, as we go with our conversation, Debon, maybe I'll just pick up from you. You mentioned that you failed to appreciate your dad, and that to you ilikuwa ni kama failed in terms of he taught you things in your life that you had to look back for you to recognize. What is the most important thing about appreciating people in our lives?
I believe, sometimes we fail to extend grace the way we expect to be extended to grace. And when you appreciate people, you make them, it's like you fuel their human energy. Because there are so many people who've been wounded by people because they did so much for people, but those people failed to recognize or appreciate them. And what that does is that with time, that person feels, why should I help
Why
anyone
should
else?
I? Yeah.
Because, you know, the people I helped failed. So when you do that, is you're shutting out an opportunity for another person to get the same privileges that you got and to get the same helping hand that you got. So appreciating people is basically you stirring the cycle so that it keeps on going on. We don't want to be the people who kill the cycle.
Wow, that's some great stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally true. And also, it's just seeing the potential.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not appreciating sometimes what you see, is what, you know, the potential of the person.
The person,
you know.
yeah.
So, like you said, you know, his dad was high on spirit when he was
It's high on
When he was high on
spirit,
you know,
spirit, yes.
but sometimes maybe you need to see that side, you know.
Yeah.
So appreciating people is not demanding perfection, you know, is actually appreciating that people are human,
Yeah.
you know, and guiding them, you know, in whatever journey, you know, you guys are, because life is a journey, it's not
Life
an
is-
event,
yes, yes.
you know, and in a journey sometimes you stumble, sometimes you have to stop, refresh, you know, sometimes you lose your, you know, you're in a crossroad and you don't know which side to go. So it's constantly just guiding each other. So in that, so it's very easy to say, okay, I'm only appreciating the good things in life.
Yeah,
You know, like it's an attitude. You need to, it's an attitude that you need to cultivate to mostly see the glass half, you know, you
Yeah.
can either see it half full
or half empty.
Yeah.
half empty.
Yeah.
So it's just an attitude, then the attitude will affect how you see things. So when you see that potential in people, and even the guys who get to appreciate you,
Yeah.
I'm sure they just see, you know, sometimes they'll see that side of you that you are there for them, even in, you know, even as human as you are.
Yeah.
Wow.
You just say that and you reminded me of something. There's a time in my life when I was going through a very tough time. I remember constantly I was being reminded, just, you know, appreciate God. Just tell God thank you for that bad situation. And I know most of us go through some tough times. And in those moments we, you know, call out God. We say, you know, you're not my Jesus. You're not taking care of me, blah, 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 blah. But how important is it to appreciate even God in such moments?
I don't know why I'm sharing more about my dad today, but it's okay. I'll just go with the flow. I said my dad used to be high on spirit when he was high on spirit, and I mean it like this. My father would come home drunk, and at 3 a.m. in the morning, he would wake us up at 3 a.m. in the morning, talking about it's the sweet hour of prayer. So all of us have to wake up. It's a school night. We wake up at 3, and we don't just pray. He pulls out Tenzi za Rohoni.
What's
For those who
that?
don't know what Tenzi za Rohoni is, it's Golden Bells in Swahili version.
Okay.
And the higher he was, the more songs you would sing. So we would sing according to the level of his alcohol. I remember one time when I was in high school, I called him and I told him, Dad, I need school fees. He told me, I'm not your father. I said, Now he started even questioning, like, what happened, you know? He told me, no, sisi wote ni watoto wa Mungu.
Haya.
See, even him is my father. And me, I ask him and he gives me. Can you go and ask him and he will give you? And you know, back then I was so hurt and wounded by the statement that he made. But what it did is that it moved me from relying on him and I started relying on God. So now even when he is gone, I know that God is my father. And that way, I appreciate him more now because some of the tough lessons that we'd never want to learn, you know, the tough things that our parents take us through or our mentors take us through. Because people have different ways of teaching people.
Yeah.
So there are mentors who train you and you feel like, umsana ni darau, umsana nifanya nini. But with time, when you look back, you begin to see, they knew what they were
They
doing.
knew what they were doing.
And I feel like appreciating people should not only be because of what they do for you.
Yeah.
You can appreciate them for what they do for others.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, that is what I
Wow,
feel.
that is profound.
And in appreciating people, let me appreciate Nev with this
You have been gifted.
What God says about your identity. Both you guys have. DJ Mo has his copy and Ivy has his copy, so this is yours.
I appreciate
Look at
you.
you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so
you.
much. I believe the call lines are open, so go ahead and give us a call and tell us who is that one person you're appreciating in your life today, and what exactly did they do to you? Mommy, I want to appreciate you.
Yeah.
Ask me why.
Why?
funniest thing is that nimenotice hapa kuna 4th generation. Because you started, you know, blessed Mo blessed me, and he blessed Akina Ray as well. Because I remember the first time I had an opportunity to be on radio or any platform, ilikuwa time ya Cross Connect.
So I'm a grandpa.
It was actually you're a grandpa. It was also a weekend event, a Sunday afternoon gig, and that's when I got the first chance to hold a microphone, MC, and more I appreciate you because you know this far tumepitana kila mahali, but you know deep down in the roots you are there. Thank you.
That's it. Yeah, that's how life is. And I want to appreciate you, Neves, by the way, because of standing with me. Unajua kama si Neves, unajua ningekuwa wapi? Unajua tunasemanga God pale, yes, that's true.
I think I know where you'd be. Ungekuwa unauza mahali na makachi.
Akabeba kisha tao nini. Najua. But I want to appreciate you, by the way, before tumalize na appreciate live on air. And I want to see what guys have when it comes to social media and comments. Wasa wanasema nini. That's on our Twitter handle and of course our Facebook page. Good job. So crossover 101 is a hashtag. Let's if you want to tweet us at NTV crossover 101, if you want to whatever Facebook, good job. Haya. First of all, I want to Franji Kambao naitwa. I would like to appreciate my mom who have been more than a mentor to me. Thank you, mommy. Asante Kamau. Alafu tuko nani mwingine NTV Kenya, big up yourself, I see you. Daniel anasema my mom. Hey, wazito kwa mtu wazai tuko wapi? Daniel akona pale. Then on our Facebook page, Mike anasema watching from Kayole, I appreciate my mom for raising me and standing with me in all hard times up to now. I really appreciate more. If you play for me, Fanya by TG. Alafu tuko na Kangogo anasema I'm appreciating my grandma for taking me through system DJ Academy, paying my school fees. If possible, I wish you could call her. Oh, I'm appreciating my grandma. Oh, that's a deep one. Then tuko na Ramzi anasema I'm watching you live from Bomet. Benja anasema watching from Runga, appreciate my mom for growing us in godly way. I also appreciate Neves for growing DJ Mo. Nakumbuka Neves first time alikam Ronga tukiwa na concert back in the day. Yeah, you know hey, that's year 204. That's kitambo. Let me tell you something about Neves. Hata nikiwa student nakumbuka hiyo event nilimuita unajua Neves, this DJ bana, alafu nikamwambia tuko na concert pale mtaani. Please come take me. Nilikuwa nasema kama joke. And then this guy shows up. That's apart from unajua there's so much I can talk about Neves, but unaona kama huyu msee alikuwa huko anaitwa Benja anasema he remembers Neves alienda concert huko Ronga, a place you couldn't expect him to go, unanielewa. But for now tunakimbia penye coin calls. Naona kuna mtu anaitwa Brenda Brenda from Umoja. How are you? Hello Brenda. Hello. Hi Brenda.
Yes.
Mambo?
Poa sana.
Umo kuko aje?
Umo ni kupoa. Yeah.
Tuongeleshe, unataka ku appreciate nani leo?
Nataka ku appreciate my sister. Anaitwa
Catherine,
Yeah.
Amekufanyia nini?
She has supported me.
From
nikiwa high school mpaka nikatoka high school. All through the college.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'd like to appreciate her.
Wow, asante sana Catherine. Amewatch hata ama tutamwambia ama ataambiwa?
Amewatch.
Yeah?
Anawatch.
Anawatch. Catherine, thank you so much for being there for Brenda. Tunashukuru sana. Asante sana. May God bless you. Sawa, unataka kumdedicatea wimbo moja ya gospel?
Yeah.
Gani?
Nataka kumdedicatea wimbo moja ya Masimasika.
Okay, sawa inakuja
Okay.
Salimia watu wa Umo.
Sawa.
Utachukua Brown from Kisii, namsikia.
Brian from Kisii, hello. Hello, hi. How are you doing, Brian?
I'm doing good.
Who do you want to appreciate today and alikufanyia nini kwa life yako?
I want to appreciate my mom and dad. Yeah.
What have they done for you?
They have helped me to to grow in faith, manze. Na kukaa na good behaviors.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much. Salimiana Kisii kabisa.
Asante sana.
All right, thank you so much. Remember, our call lines are open, so go ahead and give us a shout. Utuambie who you're appreciating today and what they have done for you. Let me ask you guys a question. A lot of guys, even from the socials and the calls, when I say, you know, I appreciate my mom, I appreciate my dad. And there's one thing, I don't know if it's everyone, ama ni mimi peke yangu, we take our parents for granted a lot. We assume because walituza, it is their responsibility to fully take care of ourselves. How is it? How important is it to appreciate our parents, our moms and our dads? Never.
It is very important. It is first biblical. I mean, you don't appreciate people for what, you know, there is a spiritual principle in it. You know, the Bible says honor your parents, you know, so that it may be, you know, I mean, it may be well with you, you know. So the fact that, you know, those words that they speak to you, you know, those words that they speak to you are very important. You don't get to sort of like bless your dad because he paid your school fees. You know, you just do it. Even if your dad left you, sometimes it's very important to find peace within yourself and do the right thing. Sometimes it's not for them, it's for you.
Wow.
You know, it's because when you hold, when you're holding that, you know, when you're holding that bitterness, you're holding that, you know, that sense of entitlement. You feel entitled. Ungenilipia school fees, you know, you'd have done all these things. It's not. It's a spiritual principle that when you understand, you know, you'll eat the good of the land. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just to add on that, I feel like sometimes we fail to realize that our parents are also human.
True.
And the same way we make mistakes and the same way we struggle with things, they are struggling too. So I feel like we need to appreciate them and extend more grace to them. And sometimes it's not even in the magnitude of what you're given. And it is funny because it's a conversation we were having last night with our Jesus family. And they were telling us, have you guys set aside a budget for your parents? So we're like, a budget for our parents?
For what?
What do
you mean?
And they were saying that you need to, it's not about the magnitude of what you're doing. Sometimes it can be just sending airtime or just buying something small, calling them and telling them that I've decided to send you money for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
So those small things, they go a long way because they feel like mtoto wangu bado ananikumbuka.
Yeah, true.
And it makes them feel, because most of the parents right now, and it is funny because you're talking about depression amongst young people, but there's depression in the older generation because their children are neglecting them completely. We focus on, we are in a totally different world from what they are, and the world we are in, they don't understand it. And then we sideline them, we don't appreciate them, we don't talk to them, we feel like, so they are struggling too. And I feel like we should be more keen on that.
All right, so all the moms and dads who are watching us this morning, we appreciate you from the entire team in studio. We love you and we celebrate you.
Yes.
That's what's up, Mo.
Yeah.
What's happening on your side?
I'm telling you, my friend, leo ni kunoma, leo noma ni noma. Deborah anasema hivi, anasema first of all, I would like to appreciate the Almighty Jesus for making me see this day and my family, #crossover101. Leo Nyongesa anasema my parents Wycliffe Nyongesa and my mom Mary Nyongesa, ndio watu wana appreciate leo. Eliud anasema I appreciate my parents but the fact that they took me to school and made me be a better person in this society. I'm telling you, so keep your comments and nini coming on #crossover101, and of course from this tutakuwa tukienda kwa muziki kidogo, but later in the show tutakuwa na artist upturn on this show. But before naona Ryan ako kwenye simu, so hi Ryan, mambo?
Hey, mambo DJ Mo.
Fit sana, uko aje?
Niko poa sana.
Unatupigia kutoka wapi?
Natoka Maseno, Luanda.
Maseno nice.
Yes, Maseno University.
Kuna jua, kuna mvua?
Kumekauka jo.
Kumekauka?
Mbaya.
Hata kuna Nairobi kuna baridi lakini mfuko ndio zimekauka zaidi.
Hapo anyway,
who do you want to appreciate today?
I want to appreciate my mother,
yes.
Makoha, aka Nina Vandu.
Okay.
Hallelujah. She'll tell you the meaning of that. So she has really struggled with us as a family. Single-handedly raised us, and we have seen her sweat and struggle so much. And I just want to say thank you so much to her. Yeah.
Asante sana. Kuna wimbo nataka tumchezee?
Ya Rosimhando.
Gani hiyo?
Song. She really loves Rosimhando.
Which one?
Jibebe.
Ni bebe. Yes. Asante sana. Umtumie ka credit leo, mtumie kitu nini mpeleke lunch au sio?
Sawa.
Mwambie this is for you, I'm just appreciating.
Okay.
Good job. Naona kuna msemo mwingine from huko, I think ni wako karibu na yeye, anaitwa Okoko.
Ni kama waliambiana. Hello? Okoko?
Niambie, mimi ni Sami Boy.
Karibu sana Sami Boy. Uko vipi leo?
Niko poa sana kutoka Luanda.
Uh-huh.
Ningependa ku appreciate my mom na my teacher wa high school.
Uh-huh.
For their effort wali make sana mpaka sasa nimekuwa better person than that. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much Sami boy. Salimiana kabisa Luanda na utume tuma salamu.
Salamu natumia manager wangu wa Jasa ndo anaitwa Bairam Jika. Alafu wadije wenzangu akina Jimmy Pirate. Naambia washinde poa leo Sunday.
Na kwamba umejijibu, nilikuwa nikuuliza ujumbe ni gani lakini ushapeana ujumbe. Thank you so much for calling. All right.
You know this guy is called Sami Okoko, lakini jina yake anaitwa
Sami boy.
Sami boy.
Hey,
so
Sami boy.
Wewe unamuita Okoko kwa nini? Hakuna maana John nafikiria. Don't you good brand. Haina Okoko lakini unamuita.
It's a big brand my friend.
Unafomwambia Sami boy si Okoko. Manager atatusu.
All right.
Back to you Ivy.
All right. Keep your calls coming. Number 1 ikopo chini natembea kwa screen. This particular day we are appreciating people in our lives and all the things that they have done in our lives, the small things, the big things. And the thing is this, unajua umesema story ya budget. Kumbuka kitu important. Kuna mtu maybe anawatch anasema, yenyewe honest to God, I don't have even a single bob to share. But do you know how important it is to just hold somebody's hand and say thank you?
Yeah, true.
You know, just give that person a hug and say thank you. Send them a text. You don't have to go grand. You don't need to buy somebody a Mercedes. You can buy me a Mercedes Benz, but you don't need to. But it's as simple as saying thank you. And you know, yesterday you came through for me. I appreciate you. And keeping that at the back of your mind so that next time you remember to be there for that person. True. All right. Hashtag Crossover 101. Amazing panel with us in studio. And kuna kitu moja ulisema. Demon, you're celebrating whether you're appreciating your wife. Why?
First of all, she accepted to marry me. That is, and then it sounded very crazy because it's not like I'm really old. I just finished campus and then I decided I want to go through this journey. So I just told her I want to marry you. And she was crazy enough to say yes, and she was crazy enough to start a family with me. So I really appreciate that. And then she's also a person who is in faith, and she's really helped us a lot with, especially with my ministry. You've been to Ring City, and so like, dealing with ministry it's the hardest job that you can ever get, being in ministry, and finding a partner who is willing to stand with you in ministry, because first of all, in ministry people don't appreciate you. People are very, it's a place where people do not celebrate you, but at the same time they're very quick to amplify your flaws and faults. So you can do one thing wrong and people will forget all the years that you did so many things right, and they won't care. And so like having a partner who is willing to stand by you and walk with you through that journey, like it's been really amazing.
It's been amazing. How many guys have walked up to you, Nevs, and said thank you? Except Mo.
Oh, a couple. It's constantly a process. Even on my side, I get to say thank you. But quite a few, because the DJ in the DJing industry, I've been able to, you know, I've had the privilege to work with a few DJs. More, you're talking about Sadiq, you know, you're talking about DJ Raf, Covenant right now, you know, DJ San. But you see why I do appreciate, I appreciate all these guys, because when you look at, for example, what Mo is doing, you're saying he's been able to impact you, you know, in one way or another. So it gets to flow. So when you plug into people's life, it's a ripple effect. You know, you can't be selfish to a point where you're just keeping all this knowledge, everything you have, you're keeping it for yourself. So it's important. That's why I'm saying it's a give and take. As much as people appreciate you, you know, you appreciate them back.
You appreciate them
back. Know, because it trickles down. The high standards that Mo has kept, you know, it challenges all these guys. You know, all these guys that have been able to work with. So they see it's possible, you know, from his background. They see it's really, really possible to become this brand, you know, with excellence, you know, no mediocrity and that kind of stuff. So I appreciate that, because it makes the work easy. You know, it makes the work easy.
Yes.
And it's so natural. You don't get to say that right now I appreciate you. It's just a relationship. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Even as we wind up with the show this morning, I want to allow you to talk to somebody out here. You've been in this industry for a long time. You're technically a guru. You know, you're the movers and shakers, the whoosers. You know, when it comes to DJs, people hear your name and they're like, whoa. But there are guys out here who've been hurt in one way or another in terms of mentorship and holding, you know, other people's hands because, you know, ulifanya kitu mse akakama akakustab in the back. Ulifanya mse kitu ulimhold hand akafika place. He didn't pick your calls anymore. What do you want to tell this person out here who feels that, you know, they're not appreciated?
Cursed is a man who puts his trust in another man. We are, at the end of the day, we are men, flesh and blood. If you cut us, blood will come out. We need to see people, you know, in the eyes of men, you know, and see them through the eyes of grace, you know. And you just speak on the positives, you know. I have my weaknesses, you know.
True.
You know, that's why I get to say it's a learning point. Every day is a learning point, and it's a journey. It's not an event where you say, okay, now it's done. You know, when you cut your links, it's very dangerous. You know, when you cut your links, when you know, just treat people with grace. Treat people the way, you know, there are things as a mentor you do to your mentees, and you go like, you know, be approachable, even as a mentor, that you're able to be vulnerable. That's what I say. Show them your weakness. You know, tell them these are my failures. You know, these are areas that I'm able to learn from you guys. You know, so it's an attitude that when you give, you see, the good thing with life is anything that you give comes back to you.
True.
You know, I'm able to sit here, and I'm really, really proud of him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm able to sit here, and it bounces back.
Yeah.
You know, in him appreciating me, I feel appreciated,
You feel
but
like
also
he did something.
You know,
Yeah.
I feel I appreciate him too. You know, because it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
So look at people in the eyes of men. Don't put you see, when the expectation you put on men, you know, you'll be so judgmental. So you won't be able to see anything good.
All right. Maybe to come to you, Damon, you're an artist, and there's this thing about artists and creatives in general, where someone feels if I give you an opportunity, for what reason or the other, you're going to shine me. So I'd rather stay with that, you know, with that opportunity that I have. What is that mentality of monopoly?
Let me put it in a quote. Let me try and sound deep.
Hey.
If I don't forgive
Bring
me.
it.
But I feel like, especially in Kenya,
Yes.
we bury greatness because of celebrating mediocrity.
Wow.
And when we celebrate mediocrity, what we don't know is it's a reflection of who we are. Because we don't feel good about ourselves, and we want to be the people who are always on top and in control, and everyone else is below you. So you celebrate mediocrity so that another person who is great will not come to the level that you are. And so I feel like as a society we need to celebrate greatness more. Because the same way when you're handling a child, I believe, like when Mo is handling his daughter, she would do something and you appreciate her. Hey, you may make milestone. Hey, you know, you celebrate. It might be something small. Maybe ameweza kutembea tu kidogo, you celebrate them. Akianguka tena amke atembele, you celebrate them. And I feel like even as an industry, we need to be able to do that. We need to celebrate people for the milestones that they take. Akianguka, amke, let's celebrate them because at least they didn't stay down, they woke up and they're trying to walk again. So when we celebrate greatness like that, we nurture people and we nurture greatness and we become great as a nation. That is what I feel is very important.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. And even before I throw it back to you, Mo, there's something very profound I read. When you break your chains, there's the option of you moving around. But when you cut the roots, you're dead. Remember to appreciate people in your life.
Oh, 1 minute, let me appreciate Mo. Did you know I really appreciate you? Mo, you know, it's that person. Like Mo, when he meets me, I think he just knows my face.
Yeah, you when
now we know each other. But like I started following him when I was in high school. You know, I dropped out of school in like Form 3 because I wanted to pursue a music career.
Oh my God.
And I would come to the basement at Intafrina there and I hang out with them. And me just hanging out with them made me feel so great. You know, they might not remember me when I come back again, but because they used to stay for a long time before I come back again, I went to school in Mombasa and all that. And even when I came back, Mo has been playing all my new tunes. Like every new song I put out, Mo is the first person to play. And I really appreciate that, Mo. God bless you so much.
Thank you so much. Mo, over to you.
Asante. And also on the same note, I want to appreciate DJ Neves. You know, he's the guy who believed in me. Unajua kumsumbua kanisikiza. You know, believing me na events, unanielewa, kunipatia mashini zake expensive. I remember him sending me kwa wedding fulani, unajua. He sent me to a wedding, nikamwambia akaniambia ndio hiyo taxi, ndio hizo mashini, you know what you're supposed to do. Nikamwambia kwani naenda peke yangu, you know what you need to do. Wow. And by the time tunamaliza client akiniambia feedback ingine tutakosana. So I went na nika DJ nikiwa bado class, unanielewa? So he believed me na mashini zake expensive, you know, I could call him akuje mtaani tunafanya show, and with all humility he could always come. I can talk about Nevs for the next 4 years. Non-stop, bila kukula, bila kulala, bila nini. But for now I want to appreciate you, Nevs, because of being there for me, standing with me, kuhold mkono yangu. And so I don't want to just jipige kifua, you know what, but Kenyans, this is the guy who held my hand, unajua. Huyu msali alini-mentor, anani-mentor bado. Whenever I go kidogo hivi, you know, I would still call him and nimwambie, vitu haziendani by the way. So I owe you one, DJ Nevs. I'll see you.
You're most welcome, and I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
Super proud of you. Always proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. Your standard and the due to
asante sana. Unajua Nevs is that guy akwambia, wewe piga kazi endelea. Usikie bwana ananiambia, wewe ongeza gia.
Haujafika mwisho, kanyaga.
Yes,
all right. Thank you so much guys for coming today and for sharing your stories. Back at home, mumesikia appreciating people in your lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you more. We really, like, honestly, we do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for coming
through. Thank you so much. God bless.
People are about to get emotional. Please play us some music.
So feedback moja mbili tatu, we have a few guys talking about who they want to appreciate on our hashtag crossover101 kama kawaida. We have Matu kama wanasema, my mom, she has been a pillar to my life. She seems to be the only one who believes in me. Alafu tuko na Era anasema, my mom, she has always supported me in everything. Askofu anasema, so that reason Manolo, okay, anataka tumcheze hiyo wimbo, okay, itakam. Daniel, my mom. What's happening to my dad, my sister, my brother, na nini? My boyfriend, my husband, my wife. Jasmine anasema, my mom, okay, always work hard for her. She sacrificed a lot for us. All struggled through school. Sheikh always amazing. Kituku anasema, oh, nice inspiration. I'm requesting Silaha. Millicent anasema, I appreciate my mom who has been always there for me. Madende, appreciate my mom. I mean, raised since I was being a single mom, and nampenda sana. Damaris Moore anasema, I appreciate my mom and dad for supporting me. And even my pastor, that's a unique one.
Yeah,
yes, Santi Sharon anasema, I appreciate God for this far too. I appreciate my mom. Hey. Shady anasema, hey guys, I'm Shady. Turudi hapo juu, I'm Shady. Yes, from KCO. Uko na wapi? Kericho, asante Ernest. I'm appreciating my parents for bringing me into this world. Grace anasema, my grandma for being there for me. Ikuyu tuned, show iko lit, kindly requesting fanya inakuja. Josephat anasema, appreciating my only madam. So tujika ni mom, ni shosho, ama ni wife, ama you know. Anyway, tafuta moja ya mwisho pale, chukua hizo tatu hapo. Jessica anasema, wow, good job. Hiyo tumesoma. Ruth anasema, I appreciate my mom. Again, she has always been there for me through good and tough. I think alikuwa atakusema tough times. Naona kutoka watching from Kesap. Liam anasema, appreciate my dad for obliging me into being a Christ addict. And with all that, I'm wholeheartedly and thankful. Asante sana. Tunaenda kwa muziki kidogo and then we'll be back. So keep your requests coming, and later on tutakuwa na hot and new segment. Alafu tutakuwa na uprising artist will be coming on board, and of course one on the segment, on the segue artist upturn. So keep it locked on Crossover 101. But for now,